So this is what I did. Now that you've seen all that rust on the inside of your truck, what are you going to do about it? You only have 2 visor holes to get your camera in to look into the bowels of your truck. Then in the back of the cab, you can go up through the speaker holes into the corners and get up. But you're not going to do very well. You're only going to treat some of it. And it's going to be hard to manipulate that camera to get into the bowels of that truck. But if you do this and make removable panels like I did, you'll be able to preserve your truck forever. The bean counters didn't care. It was a cost-cutting measure at the factory. They expected these trucks to be in the junkyard in 4 to 5 years, and you're out buying a new one. Gone, scrapped. They didn't have to waste the money. These trucks weren't expected to last 38 years in good condition. Luckily, some of them have survived. But if you do find a nice one, be wary. You should use a camera and get inside that cab if they'll let you, or they may be hiding something. I'd hate to find out I spent $25,000 or $30,000 on a truck only to find out the roof is rusted. Now you got to take that nice truck all apart and do something about it. Why not do it now while you're restoring that truck? Tim, I really recommend you do this to that cab. You're sitting in a perfect position that you could lay it on its back carefully on blankets and cut those panels out. And I know you have enough sources that you can get plug inserts to make the panels. Now I had to go a little bit to the extreme because I didn't have access to a crew cab for the rear panel. So I modified 2 skins from a club cab, 2 club cabs, the red one and the white donor. Let me show you what I did. Let me bring you in a little closer. What I did is I cut this panel out of a regular cab truck. Regular cabs and crew cabs, this panel is the same. The gray panel is for the red Dodge Cummins. It's been cut. The white panel is the inner structure of this club cab that was cut down and seamed here. I'll be taking this out and showing you what I did. This gray panel will be the removable panel that comes in and out of the truck that allows you access to the entire inner structure of your cab. These are just temporary sheet metal screws to align it. These will have rib nuts and 10mm. These will have rib nuts and 8mm on the front. Fine thread for better grip. Now you have access with this panel out, and I'll show you what I did. Now what I did on this panel is I took 80 and cleaned up this edge, and I brought this edge right up flush with the body all the way around so it fit nicely all the way around. Now we'll unscrew the panel, then we'll go over this again to take that sharp edge off and kind of flatten it down a little bit. You gotta remember, we're gonna put a paper thin foam seal under this So that's going to raise it just a hair. So you don't want this sticking up in the air. That's why we kind of dialed it in at a slight 45-degree angle all the way around. So that little bit of gasket, when it pulls up, it shouldn't stick up. Now we're going to do the same back here, all the way around the edge, and then these panels are ready to come out and start prepping them. And these are actually going to be 2-part panels. This panel will be twice as thick because we're going to glue the back of the white, the crew cab, that's the panel that we cut out of the crew cab. That's going to get glued. We're going to use structural adhesive, and this panel is going to be glued to the back of this panel, which adds rigidity to that panel and adds rigidity to that roof, making it stronger. The white panel that we're going to end up cutting this panel out of the white, and that white will be attached to this, and this strip is a seam to hold it all together. Then you can go in and use some of this, but I would definitely take the time to make removable panels if you really want. You can shortcut it and use this, but I wouldn't. That's just me though.